Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today Google released Android 13 QPR1 Beta 3 and I have it installed here on the Pixel 6 Pro to show you each and every new change. And also I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison with the October security patch to see the differences. So let's find out what's new in this build. So on the left I have the Pixel 7 Pro running the stable version, and on the right I have the 6 Pro running QPR1 Beta 3. And let's talk about the lock screen and the always on display. The first difference is in the position of the clock. As you see, it's now shifted towards the top, and also the information of the at-a-glance widget is also shifted. And when you take a look here at the lock screen, you will also notice that a bigger icon for the fingerprint sensor. And the third change is in the animation when you slide up to access the keypad. So let me show you this side by side. You will see here in QPR version, it's slightly slower and looks different. Also, you have the word enter your pin at the top, which is missing from the stable version. And finally, you will see the same position shift if you have notifications on your lock screen. Now let's move on to the home screen, and the first change is in the Google app widget. Now when you tap the Google logo, you can immediately access the discover feed of the Google app, and also the same applies to the app drawer, which is something we don't have in the stable version in either place. The second change, when you swipe up to access the app drawer, you will no longer see the Google Assistant and Lens icons in the system-wide search like we used to have. Change number 3 is in the widgets picker. Now when you expand apps like Google Chrome, for example, you will see a different preview for the widget. As you see here in the newer version, they look smaller when compared to the stable one. And another app that's also impacted by the same thing is Google Fit. So let me expand both, and as you see, we have a smaller preview. One last thing to talk about: when you access the wallpaper and the style app and then go to the app grid, previously in the stable version, when you change the size, as you see, the clock has a weird shape in the preview. It looks like a rectangle, but this issue seems to be fixed after installing this build, and as you see, the clock preview looks exactly the same as it should be. Now let's talk about the recent apps screen, and I noticed only one change. When you try to drag and drop anything, you will see more app suggestions. Previously, all the apps I get are related only to messaging. So for example, I used to get only WhatsApp, Google Messages, or maybe Telegram, but now I started to see things like Twitter and also Microsoft Teams, but I don't have a screenshot to show you. But if you take a look here at the previous version, you will only see messaging apps. So it seems like more apps are now taking advantage of this feature. Next, the notifications shade and the quick settings area, and 6 tiles got new animations. The first one is the flashlight, the hotspot, night light, data saver, and battery share, the color inversion tile, and finally the extra dim. The second change, when you tap on any of the tiles that expand as a floating card, you will notice that the buttons at the bottom right corner are no longer dimmed like in the stable version. So I'm not sure if this is a bug or this is how it's meant to be. One last change to show you in this chapter: if you have any of the tiles disabled, you will see brighter text when compared to the stable version. Now let me show you some random tweaks before jumping to the differences in settings. And the first change is in the sound and vibration card. It's back again to the bottom half of the screen, but in Beta 2 of QPR1, it used to appear in the center, but now Google decided to revert back. And also, if you take a look here, you will see a shade on the home screen, and this shade no longer exists. The second change, when you try to take a screenshot, you will see a new X at the bottom right corner to dismiss the bubble that we don't have in the stable version. And the same applies to the clipboard floating bubble as well. As you see, I have the same X over here. Now let's see the differences under settings, and the first change is under network and internet. When you go inside the internet page and then tap the gear icon next to the Wi-Fi, then tap on share, authenticate using the biometric, you will see a white background around the QR code that doesn't exist in the stable version. Next, the battery settings. And now you will see a lot of differences under the battery usage. Now we have multiple days showing on the graph. We have here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is a total of 4 days that you can check their usage. And also when you tap on any of the days, the graph will expand to show you this day specifically. So here you can see the usage based on the 24 hours. hours, but if you don't have the day expanded, it will show you the battery level since last full charge instead of the past 24 hours like before. The second change under battery settings is in battery share. Now we have a new toggle called turn on automatically. The description says will turn on automatically for a short period of time when your phone is plugged into the charger, which means once you plug your phone to the charger, it will automatically activate battery share so you can charge your accessories or maybe another phone with the same charger at the same time. And this is one of the features we used to have only on the Pixel 5, and now it made its way to the Pixel 6 models and later. Plus, it doesn't activate the feature all the time. It will only activate it for a short period of time. If you didn't use it, it will be turned off. Next, under sound and vibration and then live caption, when you tap on the voice for typed responses, you will see more languages in the newer version. Now we have English, French, German, and Spanish instead of only English like before. And if you're not familiar with this feature, this is the call captioning feature that automatically transcribes your phone calls and allows you to reply back using the keyboard instead of picking up the call yourself. And the last change I'm going to show you under settings. Now when you try to add a fingerprint, you will see different behaviors. First, the icon is now bigger, similar to what we have seen on the lock screen. And also when you try to add the finger, it will no longer ask you to reposition your finger all the time. As you see, I have the icon in the same place all the time. But here, if we're going to take a look at the stable version, the position of the icon will keep changing. But this is no longer the case in QPR1 Beta 3. So that's pretty much it for today. Those are all the new changes in QPR1 Beta 3. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. But for now, thank you so much for watching and see you the next video.